first of all, it has to be set up in a way that the human is in the loop. Because otherwise, we did a consumer survey and study as well, and we did a study of clinicians as well. What consumers are telling us is not that they'll reject the AI. They're saying they need the explainability and they need a human in the loop. Then they're willing to accept the benefits of an AI-driven system. And um, from a clinician perspective, for this to be compliant with, just not just regulations, with privacy, etc., which has to be very highly secure, safety, data sharing is utmost concern, and all of that. The infrastructure exists to do that. But then, more than that, even when the human is in the loop, for the clinicians to trust the recommendation from the AI, there are three things that matter. This is what the study showed. Right, one of our PhD data scientists, along with some health system collaborators, did this study. And the study was simply looking at clinicians using AI and what drives overrides, right? So, low confidence predictions get overridden 99% of the time. And when you show the explainability, so transparently how the AI came to that conclusion in a very simple way, and show why the result is to be a high confidence one, the overrides went down to 1.7%, 99% to 1.7%. So it's a completely different picture on overrides, right? Yeah, it's published study. And so what it was saying is that doctors and clinicians weren't rejecting AI, they were rejecting uncertainty. And so the way to solve this problem is first put clinicians always in the loop, human in the loop. So AI is not autonomously deciding, it's recommending for the clinicians and making the administrative burden less for the clinicians. Then you have to work on really explainability, which I started with that, right? In anything from research to anywhere, if it's totally a black box, nobody's going to trust it. No matter how good it is, not going to be trusted. So better systems that shows the rationale and the reasoning for the decisioning and what's the evidence base against the decisioning, and rendering that in a very simple human experience so they don't have to go digging and doing their own research to find the explainability, very prominently explainability. And the third is, how do you get the confidence factor of the recommendation very high by showing that multiple models converging to the same recommendation, and that it's a groundability, that it's repeatedly asking with different prompts the same question leads to the same answers. When you show those three things, the clinicians override go down, the compliance is very high, and they can do their job. So I think that's the key in making sure we're creating very trusted systems that can be effective in doing what it does.